Okay.
So, are you all set? Ready to start investigating?
The Voice World Quests.
Great! Let's go! I've delivered packages all over, but I've never seen a mysterious fairy tale world like this before.
Neither have I.
Looks like nobody has gotten around to repairing this house yet. Ugh, even I wouldn't dare to sleep in there. It might suddenly collapse in on you. Nothing to see here either. Maybe we can find someone to ask?
Why is that not a skin yet? What do you mean?
Aha! Over there! I bet we'll find some people there. Let's go take a look. Uh-huh. I was sure there'd be people here.
There once was a goddess who ruled over fate. Before she died, she left 3 riddles for the kingdom she had created.
Hello, disembodied voice.
Long story short, on this day, a sentient feline, an outlander, and a diminutive pixie arrived on the scene.
Oh, they're narrating us.
They saw a narrow path off to the side.
Okay, but which side?
Yeah, if you gave ambiguous instructions like that to a Comania Express courier, they'd give you the parcel right back and tell you to write the delivery address
The
more
trio
clearly.
walked to the house on the left. Like the Stanley Parable.
Despite how obvious the answer was, the perplexed pixie and the flummoxed feline struggled to work it out. Although, perhaps a small part of the blame could be attributed to my dull narration.
Oh, okay, thank you, fourth wall breaker. The outfits. No, you can. You can claim Kirara's outfits.
Alright, let's try this again. The path on the left-hand side seemed to give off an enticing fragrance, as if to say, this is the way to wealth and glory.
Oh. Dude, yo. Thank you, Coco. Thanks a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate the gift. That's so nice of you. Aw, no. Thank you, thank you. I'm happy with just you watching anyway, but... Oh, shh! My bad. Thank you, thank you. I got them bump the mic again.
Ooh, that sounds like the start of a good story. Then what? Then what?
Narration footnotes.
At the end of the path, the motley crew would soon spot a secret stone room. A prophecy had once foretold of a marquis who shall one day venture inside, and thus it is named the future marquis's abode to be. You like it? The future marquis's abode to be? Got a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
Why are you asking me?
That was a little bit boastful.
But before you continue, I must warn you of the danger that lies ahead. For example, under no circumstances should you sit on the chair in the center. Otherwise, the consequences could be a bit embarrassing.
The chair in the center. Okay. What the, oh. Oh, what the hell? What? What? Oh, what the f- oh, it's underground. Oh, okay. What? Oh, where's the chair though? Let's sit on the chair.
So many summers, winters, springs, and falls, and now at last a hero hither strides.
This realm knows not what lies beyond its walls. Its secrets mystify the world outside.
Boparano.
Wait, new voices. Who are they?
Okay, I see why they. Oh.
As golden sunlight fills the firmament, the tabletop engrosses your attent. Perhaps
Captivated by the epic poetry and enthralled by the outstanding storytelling, the Outlanders knew what their next objective was. Namely, to remove the clockwork key from the raised platform up ahead.
Oh, this Friday, right? Yeah, this Friday.
I just realized you said we all had to speak like bards, but every time you open up your mouth, I don't hear any rhymes.
Narrators, don't argue.
Yeah,
Come on.
I noticed that too. It's one standard for us and another for you. That's not fair, Cape.
What? Oh, fuck. I don't get to reread it?
Perhaps the Outlanders are worried that something drastic will happen the moment they remove it. Maybe that's why they're investigating the area thoroughly first. Can't fault them for that. I'm wondering if we can take advantage of this downtime to discuss whether we really...
With wood and earthenware strewn all around, the demon feline's fury can't be quelled, reducing them to rubble.
Are you actually narrating me breaking the pot?
No, you don't. I wrote that line. Don't start plagiarizing me just because you can't take a bit of criticism.
Look, let's not put form over content here. It's not about the rhymes. It's about making sure the Outlanders focus on the clockwork key on that platform.
I told you already, stop calling me Demon Feline!
Okay. Hang on, let me look up the. Oh my god, the sun. Yeah, damn
Staring
it.
into my eyes is ill-advised.
It's been 30 minutes
can't
and it's
promise
still
you'll
only
like
Zilonen on the
juice.
drip marketing. Okay. There we go. I didn't know I can't read it again. In the name of the elders of our three tribes, we hereby form this pact, that from this day forth our people shall harm one another no more. No more shall we drip glue into each other's breakfasts, nor strike each other's heads with pickaxes, nor secretly drink growth syrup that does not belong to us. We acknowledge the truth that has been determined by the great clockwork key, and we shall see the family of truth as supreme. Three witnesses to history, within the future's Marquis, about to be, quietly awaiting the Marquis of Carabas, who is foretold will pluck up the great clockwork key. Let this esteemed one guide us, revealing one's truth into fictions. Of course, if the highest house has not been selected, then we may yet contend in private, within permissible limits, but no more glue. It does far too much harm, and is utterly inhumane.
Something you wish to report? Go on. You have my undivided attention.
Three tribes. Is this also foreshadowing? And what is the glue, the stand-in for the primal fire that they use?
Stop the poem. We have a situation. Something's up with this person.
Yeah, something is up with me.
Traveler? Are you alright?
Turns out there's glue. You try to stand up, but the glue's holding you firmly in place.
Come on, you can do it! This can't be how our story ends.
It's gonna rip my pants. You manage to partially unstick yourself. The issue isn't that you can't break free, it's more that you don't want to tear your clothes in the process. They mean a lot to you.
Can I give you a hand or a tail, even?
I'm so sorry, Lumi. What the fuck? Why is that a question you're asking here, Paramount? No, use your own money. Keep trying to stand up. You finally free yourself and stand up, clothes intact. Sorry, intrusive thoughts. Oh my god, I took the glue with me? What the f... I took the glue with me. Fantastic. Sublime.
Strong as stone, firm as steel. The Outlander pulls, but it does not yield.
This has happened many times before, but this time is different. A thought enters the Outlander's mind. Attack! Attack! First weaken the structure, then seize the treasure.
The attack now over. Only one final step remains.
Now it is the time to seize the key.
But alas, as was the case for all those who had come before, the key still did not move an inch.
Wait, what? They got it out? Yes! Finally! Come on, move your butts! And your legs, assuming they're still in working order. It's showtime!
No hard feelings about your lack of poetic contributions?
Oh, let it go!
Okay, so we got the key. Great clockwork key. Oh, it's you three, the narrators.
Welcome, esteemed and noble Outlander. Allow us to introduce ourselves.
We represent the 3 great clans of this realm, having been selected as its authorized historical supervisors.
Our purpose being to await the arrival of one such as yourselves who shall remove the clockwork key.
My name is...
You're Cape, he's Albizzi, and that's Bobarano, right? You've done so much talking that we can already tell you apart by your voices.
Aren't we missing someone, though? The guy who led us here to begin with?
Right.
And thus was born the long-awaited fellowship,
There he
destined
is.
to uncover the truth of the past. Allow me to quote, if I may, in the history of Constellation Metropole, a new page has begun.
Murder them? Aww. Well, they would make good firewood, I suppose.
Him.
Well, there's no fourth person, so which of you is the ventriloquist? Come on, out with it.
We've never heard that voice before, but he sounds like he'd be good at reading bedtime stories to children.
Whoever it is, I don't know and I don't care. Forget about him. We have far more important things to focus on. Like, where our journey goes from here.
That key you hold is the pivot point about which the past and present of the Metropole revolve. However, between our 3 clans, there is some dispute over the historical record.
Each clan has its own version of history, detailing the clan's origins and the tale of the dragon of old. And unfortunately, we don't know which one is the truth.
Dragon? You mean the one that's been acting up recently?
Oh, no, not that one, you adorable little pixie. When I say dragon of old,
He means a dragon that would be really, really old if it was still with us today, but it was defeated in ancient times. The new one has nothing to do with our clan history.
Was that supposed to be a joke? Anyway, so you've been waiting for someone to remove the key so you can finally explore the truth of the past?
Not just explore it, but argue incessantly about it. Honestly, I don't care that much. Cape's the one who's always bothering us about it.
What we need to figure out is who resolved the dragon crisis. We have to know that before we can decide which is the supreme clan.
The moment you removed the key from where it was lodged, you became the honorary Marquis. We humbly beseech you, noble Outlander.
Call me Lumine.
Noble Traveler Marquis, we ask you to help us. You and your talking Puss in Boots and the pale floating pixie.
Puss in Boots? Are you serious? It's better than Demon Feline, but still.
I like Puss in Boots. Hang on though, give me a second. We'll run an ad break as well. Oh shit. Get some coffee. Wow. I wish I had coffee, but coffee's... I've had so much coffee before that it doesn't work on me anymore, so it's more energy drink these days. Hang on, folks. Okay, I am back. Oh, not that I actually went to get energy drinks. I just said I prefer it more. Not because of the taste, but because of its effectiveness of helping me stay up.
Embrace it, my friend, embrace it. Most cats don't wear boots or speak, do they?
I'm not even a cat, I'm a Nekomata. Now that you know the word, I expect you to use it.
Please allow me to lead you all to a sacred memorial site.
They don't care.
It will be much easier to explain what needs to be done.
They don't care. Cappe leads the party to the so-called sacred memorial site.
This place is sacred to my clan. It's where our brave forefathers once took up arms against the dragon of old. After a bitter battle that dragged on for many days and nights, finally, our forefathers fought the dragon into submission, and it fled. They took turns, though. Some forefathers worked the day shift, while others worked the night shift.
So they worked shifts while the poor dragon had to work around the clock.
So they say. It's just a legend, though.
Wait a second? Did I just hear you admit that your clan's history is just a legend?
History, legend, who cares? My clan was definitely courageous, that's the point. And isn't the truth what we've all been arguing about non-stop for all these years?
Cappe's words gave the traveler food for thought. Could it be that the truth in a fictional world is equivalent to fiction in the real world? But that would have to wait. Apparently, Cappe was not alone in his pilgrimage to this sacred site.
Okay.
Unwanted company had arrived.
Great. Kiwi churls.
The traveler and the talking cat, Nekomata, decided to teach them some manners.
Right. Oh, what the fucking Nekomata?
One with nature.
You're coming through.
Wow. A true display of heroism and valor. It was as if the spirits of my ancestors were fighting through you.
Here's a thought.
Your martial prowess and show of courage are a more vivid reenactment of my ancestors' feats that suit the modern aesthetic. Now, let's get down to business. As we all know, time is but an illusion. Time may flow line by line, page by page, or frame by frame, but usually it flows in the form of springs and gears.
And that clockwork key you have in your hand can turn back time and make the past reappear.
Well, actually, my view is that the illusion of time is more of a problem of consciousness. Gears power the body, while the body is the vessel of the conscious mind. But the mind cannot understand the dimension of time, so we experience instead an endless continuum of moments as the pinion of now turns along the rack of ages.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I was delivering packages to the Sumeru Academia.
A teacher once asked Albizzi what his greatest fear was, and he replied, dragons. Boberano was asked the same question. He replied, time, and repeated the argument we just heard. The teacher then turned to Cappe and posed the same question. He replied, Boberano.
The manuscript that tells the truth of the historical record, the blueprint to all of creation, the work of the great mage themselves. It can be found at the beginning of the gear rack, and on the very first page of the book.
Paimon didn't follow all that, but basically, you're just saying that we need to put the key in and turn it all the way back?
I suppose.
Exactly. It is said that in the beginning, The goddess
In the
of creation
beginning.
took the goddess of fate's manuscript as a blueprint, placed it under the goddess of prophecy's starry realm, and generated the world from a few magic arrays. So in a few moments, when the great clockwork key turns the local time here back to the very beginning, we will restore the magic arrays back to their original configurations.
Okay.
Hold on. Isn't stealing part of the blueprint of creation a little dangerous? Also, how are we supposed to know the original configurations of the magic arrays?
Well, the general shapes of the configurations have been passed down over the ages. They now form the family crests of each of our clans. So you'll just need to reference my family crest and join the dots accordingly.
Oh, your constellations. Okay, got you.
To address your other concern, when the house has already been built, do you really think that taking away the construction crew and blueprint will cause it to collapse?
The Traveler Marquis prepares to insert the great clockwork key into the nearby keyhole.
Okay, I got you, narrator. No, can't talk to them? Okay. Yeah, I know how to do it. Okay.
I guess we should start here?
Oh, fuck. Hang on. Here, here, and then here. There we go.
Behold, the sacred writings that record the truth of... No, wait. That have shaped the truth of history. Gather round and let us bear witness.
Goddess's manuscript. Brave Francois mounted the haystack, picked up a fork and planted it, tying down atop the mountain grass. Behind him was a large bright moon. He shouted the names of everyone in the village. The village chief was the first to be named, and so frightened was he that he wished to climb up the haystack and stop Francois's mouth. Are you crazy? You're yelling so loudly that the dragon might show up. You good for nothing? Have you not seen how the windmill from this boat has been destroyed by that dragon? And here you are, worrying if it will return? Francois would have loved to kick him off the haystack, but held back, given that the chief, too, was worried for the villagers' safety. Francois saw that nigh all the villagers have arrived, and so he cleared his throat. Dear neighbors and kin, think you still that we must endure this? No, of course not, but we cannot do anything about the dragon, said the grocer. Who says so? Did I not leap onto its neck from the windmill blade, stepping on it twice? And did it not fall down and flee? Perhaps everyone worked so hard to build the mill that was destroyed. What's with this weird spacing? Everyone's emotions became inflamed. Lifting their fists, they decide to take down the dragon. Lift. What's with the sensors? But Francois lifted his own hands and calmed the crowd. Let us go home for today, everyone. Everyone's present. Lack of self-preservation is not bravery, but rather lifting. If we yet desire to face danger after calming ourselves, only then may we truthfully call ourselves valor. So everyone went home. The next day there were so many youngsters who wished to follow Francois to take on the wicked dragon. Who would have known that Valiant possessed the protection of the goddess's radiant charter? Encountering the true valor, the dragon could either spout fire nor slash claws, and was forced to allow the other party to call pauses and switch personnel. So for days and nights in fierce fighting, the wicked dragon no longer chose to surrender. Lifting AA.
Feast your eyes, rejoice, and cheer, for this is the unquestionable truth. Look at the signature. Nobody is capable of forging that.
I don't believe it. So, all along, our histories have been false?
Don't lose heart, Albizzi. It does not follow from his is true that ours are false.
That might be the most bogus logic I've ever heard. But keep up the mental gymnastics, Boberano. I've been waiting for that look of jealousy on your face my whole life, and I'm gonna savor it.
And yet, it seemed that this conundrum could indeed have more than one solution. Everyone agreed that there may be more than one truth.
I really feel like this is doing more Natlin plot foreshadowing.
The party decided to visit the sacred sites of the other clans and see what their documents had to say.
Isn't a narrator supposed to remain detached and objective? It feels like you're forcing a narrative agenda on us here. Well, whatever. I'm in a good mood. Let's do it. The instructions say to repeat the process 3 times, and besides, I'm looking forward to watching you both be sorely disappointed.
Let's do my clan next. I'll lead the way.
Okay.
We'll need the key again, right? Let me see if I can pull it out. Yoink!
Where is it? Okay, it's in Constellation Metropole. Yoink. Yoink indeed. Okay, yeah. What? Sure, why not?
The party finds no
That's not how
pedestal in which to
hopscotch
place
works,
the
but
great clockwork key. Only a locked door.
Where's your clan's pedestal? Oh, let me guess, you hid it away in advance to save yourself the embarrassment of having it exposed as a fake?
You done? Okay. Now, since my clan's main claim to fame is...
Misinformation, half-truths, and fabrication.
damn, people.
Ah, shut up, Cape.
Shut up, Cape.
I swear, if I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano. Let those be my last words.
My clan's claim to fame is that we
chill.
outwitted the dragon of old and stole its treasure. Ergo, all articles of value that we own, including the pedestal for the clockwork key, lie behind that door.
So it's a vault.
So, next step is open the door?
Almost. There's one step before that. The door is protected by a smart interrogation system. We have to answer its questions, and if we get them wrong, we will alert law enforcement.
Okay.
Jeez. Well, do you at least know the answers?
The correction fluid of time has dyed white the pages of the Book of Wisdom. No, I don't know the answers.
Oh, thanks.
But worry not. I had a quick word with the constabulary in advance. They'll ignore the alarm if we get the questions wrong, so answer without fear.
There's no response from the door, nothing unusual about it.
Question 1. Who is it?
Police, open up. We're here to check. Lumine Marquis and her retinue.
The great yokai, Nekomata in boots.
And the trusty travel guide, Pixie! Travel guide. Trusty travel guide!
Question 2. By which virtue did the ancients defeat the dragon?
Hard work and wealth, courage and strength.
say that? Even though the writings you saw do prove that bravery has its uses.
You do realize we can hear everything you're saying, right?
Police open up with such truths, right?
If you say it out loud, you'll only set those three off arguing again. Thinking it is fine, but please promise me you won't say it.
Okay, yeah.
Question 2. By which...
Hard work and wealth.
To be completely honest, hard work is a bit of an alien concept to us here in the Constellation Metropole. We have hardware and we have clockwork, but not hard work.
Okay, narrator.
Question 2. But...
Wisdom. Fine, wisdom.
If this is the right answer, I swear I'll...
Correct!
What?
A barefaced lie. So low.
Question 3. Which is more real? The fiction of the outside world, or the truth of this world?
Perhaps both are equally real.
Hear, hear! Who can be sure that the outside world isn't just a dream? And that when the dreamer wakes up, they won't just find themselves inside a novel? There is no way to know, therefore both are equally real.
Thanks, narrator.
Correct. You may have the key pedestal.
The door opens and a
Traveler Marquis,
Okay.
you know what must be done. Please insert the great clockwork key. Oh, and this is my family crest.
Like, that's literally a key. Okay. Yeah. What is the meaning of this? It's probably gonna let me open it once I'm done with this or whatever. I'm just being impatient. Okay. Here, bro.
Do we really need this one?
My thoughts exactly.
Now, let me see what
elaborate fiction the Clan of Wisdom was able to conjure.
Cape, shut up.
If anyone's listening, I would like to submit these as my last words. I surrender. I'm the one who murdered Cape.
Alright. Wise Antonio, in the basement of the crumbling house, began reading the ancient book he found. His oil lamp shook from time to time as the swaying structure above ground collapsed. The village was to be symbolically raised by the dragon, and he had been chosen by the dragon, for he had not returned home, but Antonio did not care. When he wished to study the book the old lady had given to him on the bridge he passed by. This book was titled Radiant Charter? Charter? And within was all the rules that everyone in Simulanka must follow. It was written in the language of world's creation at the very start, and if Antonio was not possessed of extraordinary wisdom and deciphered this primordial text, there would have been no study to be had. This book recorded no solutions as to solving the difficulty that this constellation satellite presently faced, nor did it contain any hexes that could aid Antonio in repairing his own home. But he knew that wisdom was the mightiest thing in the world. The morning light shone through the ruins of his home, and the neighboring blacksmith and chubby chef took great pains to get rid of the house's wreckage, which blocked the basement's hatch. With dark circles round his eyes, Antonio said to the chubby chief, "I shall defeat the dragon. I will return soon. Are you sure you're all right? You don't look like you got any sleep." "Just smoke from the oil lamp. Don't worry about it." The dragon sat atop a mountain of treasures, gazing down at insignificant little Antonio walking closer. Flames gathered at its throat, preparing to burn the area 1 centimeter before him. All the better to scare this puny, foolish creature away. Halt! I'm a qualified second-class maester. The Radiant Charter states that should I refuse a duel, you cannot use force. The restriction did indeed exist, and so the wicked dragon swallowed its flames whole. How it dreaded going to the toilet tomorrow. Antonio, for his part, had not expected for that second-class rust-clearing maester qualification exam he had taken on a lark would come in useful. And since I am a second-class maester, I propose a duel of riddles. You cannot refuse. Now, Simulanka had just such a law, mainly for the benefits of sphinxes, old sages, and princesses who wishes to make life hard for others. The evil dragon had not expected this rule to catch up with it. I shall ask this first question. My house sold for— oh my god, a fucking mathematical question. My house sold for 8,000 mora yesterday, and I thought there was room to raise the price, so I bought it back for 9,000, planning to sell it for 10,000. How much more did I lose in the end? And the dragon laughed in contempt. What's so hard about that? You could have just waited until it hit 10,000 to make your move, but you sold for 8, bought for 9, so you lost 1,000 more that you could have earned instead. Wrong, you burned my house down yesterday, and I couldn't sell it in time, so I've lost far more. Sorry, I mean, I do have to burn a house, and you happen to not be home, so I might as well hit one that doesn't result in any loss of life. Now that you've lost this contest, I have the right to loot the same value as your life, minus 1 mora. And considering that you've burned my house, I can seek damages. Let's assume that my house is just worth 1 mora. Well then, wicked dragon, you know what to do with yourself. Please spare me, I'll give you anything. Your words, not mine, Antonio said as he pulled out a contract he had written long ago. Thus did Antonio use his wisdom to take down the evil dragon's treasure. The dragon, devastated, would never again return to attack Constellation's satellite, where Antonio lived. And years later, children asked Antonio, "You sold your place for 10,000 and spent it buying it back, so it looks like you actually did lose 1,000 more." So he's kind of stupid. Antonio, that's not how investment works. I hate to break it to you. That's not. Oh, look. Sorry guys, I'll be right back again. Have fun studying, Paramount.
Look! My clan's history is true as well! There's that same unforgeable signature again, right here!
What? Oh, does this mean that my clan is the only odd one out?
Given that my clan's wisdom is such a subject of ridicule in your eyes, I will now appeal to my own personal intelligence, which I believe far surpasses that of my clan at large,
Right.
and make a prediction.
Okay.
It seems likely that the claims made by each of our clans regarding their history and virtue are all true.
Oberano? How can that be?
Oh, I get what's going on. Once, when I was drinking with Gujiyai, she bet me a round of dried fish that I couldn't guess which cup the umeboshi was under. Whichever one I guessed, I was always wrong, and Gujiyai would lift a different cup to reveal the umeboshi. But then, I learned later from one of the shrine maidens, Miyuki, that all of the cups had an umeboshi under them. Just goes to show, I still got a long way to go before I become a great yokai.
No.
Oh, don't mind Fox Lady. That's just her way of teasing me.
Yeah, she just sly like that.
Actually, that reminds me. We can now open these 3 treasure chests. And unlike the guessing game you mentioned, this one's not a trick.
Cool. Well, once you've plundered the last of Oberano's family wealth, we can go to my clan's place.
Guess I'll take the clockwork key again then. Yoink!
Yoink.
Greater pleasure is there than the unexpected.
Oh yeah?
The cohort of truth seekers followed Albizzi to his clan's sacred site. They arrived to the site of a giant guard towering over them.
Up ahead is my clan's gigantified guard. He can be a little pig-headed, and he's incredibly strong. Your weapons won't even scratch him.
Wait, but wasn't Kappei's clan the one that's all about strength? So, what do you guys believe in then?
Oh, the guard is one of Kappei's people. Size is a coveted trait in the clan of strength, after all. Mine is the clan of empathy, and our key contribution is growth serum.
What's empathetic about that?
Our ancestors believed that, just maybe, the dragon of old didn't mean us any harm at all. Perhaps the dragon simply didn't notice us, since we are so very tiny. So, they drank the growth serum and grew even larger than the dragon. Then,
Where's the guard,
they
though?
set the dragon down, calmly explained their perspective, and eventually taught it how to empathize. The serum isn't what it once was, though. Nowadays, it doesn't make you grow all that much, and it actually
Fucking
makes you lose
talk
your
no
empathy.
jutsu.
So, I advise we take a detour.
Despite Albizzi's words of caution, somebody, no doubt, has other ideas. Surely we could avoid a conflict with the guard, they think to themselves, if we could just try to understand one another. You could, of course, just take the path to your left and go around. But some people are gluttons for punishment. It's all part of the experience, I suppose.
Oh, there's literally no... I was about to go Stanley Parable on that shit, but, you know.
Everyone, I have returned. I come with the long-awaited marquee
I'm sorry,
and
game,
their
I'm
followers
terrible at
to
following
search for the
directions.
lost origins of our clan.
Well, we weren't told anything about that this morning. Get out of here. Leave us alone.
Are they really that giant? Damn, bitch.
You and Albizzi only wanted to strike up a conversation with the guard. But since greeting you wasn't one of the items included in today's schedule, the relationship quickly soured. If you're just looking for a way in, why not consider taking...
Everyone!
Okay, fine.
I come with the long...
Well, we weren't told...
Yee. Fine. Be like that.
You and Albizzi only wanted to strike up a conversation with the guard. But since greeting you wasn't one of the items included in today's schedule, the relationship...
Why is my own clan treating me like a villain?
You've been away too long. We all have. Feels like we've been waiting forever.
Your security is awful.
We should be getting close.
Why is this place so full of junk? Are you the kind of people who never throw away the box when you buy something because you're worried you won't be able to return it without the original packaging? We'll never find the Oracle Pillars in all this mess.
Never mind that. We have a more pressing issue. It seems there's a slight problem with my clan's family crest. The Marquis may need to utilize their wisdom to solve the issue.
Well, it doesn't look that hard either. It's just do it.
Wisdom too, huh? Well, you guys have a bit of everything, don't you? Except empathy.
Over here! Yes! Keep the noise down! We don't want to alert the guard.
Can't you destroy the boxes a little more quietly?
Sorry, I'm an ass.
I'll go keep watch.
Okay. Thanks. Okay. Wait, what? If it starts there... Okay, so... I see. There we go.
This is the last one.
Galileo and Alberto did many good deeds again today, though it was most tiring to help the old lady on the bridge move her barrels of hard apple cider. They each got a small barrel as their reward. The moonlight was unobstructed and beautiful, and the two good friends climbed up the high wall that had been built to stave the eagle dragon off. Alberto lost the rock and paper scissors match, so he had to hold the barrel of cider under the crook of his arm as they climbed the ladder. Look, this is the big house that our chubby chef was so proud of. Doesn't look so big from here, huh? Said Alberto as he looked over at the house. You're wrong, that's my home, said Galileo. The chief's house is that one. Alberto's night vision was not all that good, and the moonlight could never compare to daylight. If one were to close one's eyes, the light could not be seen at all. He tried a little harder, but he could discern nothing more. But it's also really small, Galileo continued, so there's nothing wrong with your statement. Galileo and Alberto were both rather perceptive people. Galileo's reply covered for Alberto's discomfort regarding his poor vision, while Alberto also lost the rock-paper-scissors match on purpose, so that he could carry the cider barrel, because the gears under Galileo's ribs were injured. Here's to you. The two friends raised a toast once Alberto stuffed the cork back into the barrel. The next day, the two gathered everyone in the village plaza. First, they apologized for the collapse of the anti-dragon wall, and told all all the people that they were preparing to have a talk with the evil dragon. I know it was a lot of work for everyone to fix that wall, but we're not that fussed about it anyway, the chubby chef said. Are you sure you're not bragging when you said you knocked it all down yourselves? Of course, that was not the chief's point. He too was a good person. He continued. Also, it looks dangerous to seek the dragon out. Don't worry about us. And so the two best friends in the whole world departed. The evil dragon trembled, but for Alberto and Galileo, for some reason, the old lady's liquor could make people grow very, very large. That was how they accidentally squashed the high walls of the previous night. As they gazed down from the ground far below, they more or less understood how the dragon thought. No wonder it could accidentally destroy the village at its feet. So long as it could get the dragon to know his people, they could surely come to an understanding. Two friends thus drank all the remaining magic cider, becoming even larger than the dragon by a good margin. Reeking of alcohol, they sandwiched the dragon between them, and drunkenly tried reassuring with it. The dragon shriveled up in horror, and all of its something, Steve, fell an over of gun. Indeed, it even looked kind of pitiful. Alberto attempted to pick dirt off the scales of the dragon's back, but wound up picking off an entire scale. Ow! The dragon sought to flee, but Galileo, fearing that the crisis might persist for 10,000 years more if the misunderstanding was not cleared up, tugged its tail before dragging it back. To be honest, we've always lived under your feet, but we are far too small, so you may not ever see us. Not that we've transformed and become big, Galileo said. So now, surely, you must know that we dwell at your feet. The dragon nodded repeatedly, and thus did the two, and the dragon chat all night, and believing the goal of mutual understanding achieved, the two set off along the road home.
The signature. So it's true. Empathy is one of the founding virtues of Constellation Metropole, too.
Just as we suspected, all three are the truth.
Okay. Well, this is a lot to process. I feel a little empty inside. Yes, we found the truth, but there's too much truth.
I get you. It's like in Inazuma, when there were only 6 books in the Mirage Warrior series, it was really popular. But by the time book number 88 came out, nobody wanted to read it. They all lost interest.
A brief moment of joy is drowned out by a growing feeling of melancholy. But perhaps there is a glimmer of hope to be found too? Anyone? Anyone? All right, I'll say it. How is it the case that these 3 versions of history can all be true at once?
That's exactly what Paimon was wondering, but Boborano kind of already explained it away earlier. So Paimon was worried she'd look stupid for asking the question.
It's not a stupid question at all, my dear little pixie. While I did postulate that different truths may coexist, there is an issue when it comes to these 3 truths in particular. The problem is, all 3 truths are the history of the exact same thing, namely the dragon and the Metropole's origins. Yet all 3 bear the signature, showing that they're genuine.
Suddenly, the sound of a bell rings out.
The bell! It rang once! What does that mean again? Ah, yes! Highest level of emergency! Everyone, to the main entrance! Stat! Bring all the glue traps and place them outside the gates!
The whole city is on the lookout, and there's only one way out. It's the path right in front of you.
Okay, we're on the run now.
Why'd they ring the bell anyway? Also, why is 1 ring the highest level of emergency?
Obviously because you have to respond.
They're outside! After them!
Oh. Yeah, you guys run slow though. run faster. Aw, blocked yourself
Further
off.
and we'll be outside our jurisdiction. I think we've pursued them far enough to earn a salary from the Empathy Clan. Come on, let's head back.
Cheating. It's called strategy.
We made it out. Don't know if we'll still be needing this clockwork key, but I yoinked it out before we ran, just in case.
Yoink.
Okay, but back to the truth problem. There are 3 conflicting versions of the truth, and somehow they're all still true. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know. I doubt anyone here in Simulanka can make sense of it. All we do know is that any manuscript bearing her signature has to be valid.
Well, she is the goddess of fate, the creator of all this. And all these manuscripts are her grand design.
The reason we argued about who was right was that we didn't know enough about the truth of the past. But now we have the truth. So we just have to accept it. As surely as we will follow the clockwork path designed for us, so is this the course that history has taken. It is clear and incontrovertible.
We will never argue again. Thank you all.
Is that all there is to it? Is this where the decision made at the first crossroads of destiny has led us to? A pointlessly happy ending? Overthinking it would be equally pointless. Well,
could it just be each of those stories are a metaphor, analogy?
You're planning something. Paimon knows it.
Whatever happens, today was a breakthrough in my journey of discovery. I will go back and share it with my clan.
Huh? Good.
Me too.
And me.
Let's leave it there for today then. I'm sure we'll find out what else Mr. Narrator has planned for us tomorrow.
Okay, you're gonna make me turn the clock.
What a beautiful day, thought the traveller, before she was overcome by a creeping sense of foreboding. The voice in her head grew louder. Must go to...
Okay, yeah, fine. I see the marker, narrator. I see it.
Pendulum Lane is just up ahead. Something must have happened here after all. Everyone's crowded around.
Bruh, don't tell me he actually got murdered.
Oh my god, this is terrible! I don't understand. The 3 great clans of Constellation Metropole have finally made peace with each other. Who could have done this?
He actually got murdered.
Oh no, someone's lying on the ground. Cappe!
How did this happen?
Cappe, you idiot! Wake up! You need to revise your last words or everyone's gonna start suspecting me!
Last words? What did he say?
Wait.
If I wind up dead one day, the murderer was Boberano.
The detective is the narrator.
Could have at least pretended to not remember it.
I'm sorry, Boberano, but this is an interrogation. I have to give the detective straight answers.
Don't worry, Boberano. I don't consider you a suspect, nor do I have the authority to charge anyone with a crime. So, are you the last people to have had contact with him?
Mm-hmm.
My sincere condolences. You were travel companions, right? It's a real tragedy. I'm afraid he'll be out cold for another hour and a half, at least. Yeah, I know. It's despicable. Hitting someone in the back of the head is the second worst act of cruelty there is. The first being replacing their gear oil with extra strong glue.
So...
He's not dead.
Cappe's
Okay, good.
not dead?
His gears, metal frame and shell are all still in excellent condition. It's just his energy supply that's been all messed up. Wait. But surely you can't be suggesting that just because Cappe isn't broken, there's no need to go looking for the culprit.
No! There's a need! Huge need!
Unfortunately, this is rapidly turning into a cold case. There's no evidence and no witnesses. Unless there's an official
True.
clockwork pedestal, the goddess of prophecy around here somewhere. Excuse
I
me.
can't believe Twitch just censored the word coward.
Then suddenly the long-lost dragon of old flew across the sky.
Where?
I didn't see anything. Wait, why can't I move?
Oh, my mistake. It was just a cloud. Or a bird. Or something. If only we could turn time backwards and replay the crime.
I think you forgot to add CGI, my good fellow.
Isn't that one of those,
Yeah, no, it's not you.
right behind you?
Twitch word censoring is a bit goofy sometimes.
Ah, so it is. No wonder everyone here is suddenly struggling to move. Traveller, if you please, let's recreate the crime scene.
Hold on. There we go. That would be my lunch.
The crime scene's too chaotic. I can't make heads or tails of it.
Okay, so they waved high. And the detective is the... Mr. Detective.
Staring into my eyes is ill-advised. I can't promise you'll like what you see.
He did something and Cape fell. So, that's so funny though, because like they only have one animation to like when it comes to exclamation. Hang on, look, he does that and Cape falls over. Wait, oh, I didn't mean to do that. See, so he walks over, right? And then Mr. Sherlock Holmes is strutting around. He runs over. Yeah, see, no one else was doing anything besides him at the time. See, here, right? So he goes there and then he pretends as if he just discovered the body. He's like, hey guys! Yay, our friend's dead! That's so fucking funny.
Well, that clears it up. Cape was walking along the street, and he suddenly collapsed. He was faking it.
No.
What? So case closed? Aren't you supposed to investigate a little more?
I saw you, Mr. Holmes.
We literally replayed the crime scene and saw it with our own eyes. There's no need for any evidence gathering or powers of deduction now. And besides, maybe the truth is inherently strange by nature.
I don't know what you did, but you did something. You were the only one that did anything right before he fell.
Like how Constellation Metropole has 3 histories, each of which is the truth.
But didn't you say Cape was struck in the back of the head and knocked unconscious?
For all I know, he could have bashed his head against a toilet bowl before leaving the house, then walked here in a daze before finally passing out. As for why he might have done that, My guess is,
It...
with the Supreme Clan question left unanswered and the tension in Constellation Metropole suddenly wiped away, he was looking to create a new source of conflict.
Really?
Only then would the city feel alive again.
Do we really think he's capable of that, though? Sounds like a pretty complicated conspiracy for the average Simulanka resident.
Traveler, something about the crime scene isn't sitting right with me. It just seems unnatural.
Yep.
Also, anything outside of the immediate area won't have appeared in the replay. Is it possible that something was missing from the scene? Why don't we search the area?
Oh, I'm sorry. There we go.
Wait, what are you doing?
Oh, we're gonna head to Katbei's house to check the toilet bowl for signs of an impact.
Again? Okay, no. I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
You're not from these parts, are you? Just visiting?
Yep, that's right. Why? What's up?
Ah, well, I was gonna offer you a great job in the Titanium mines. A safe and secure working environment.
Just like that?
Doesn't sound very safe. At least not as safe as being a courier.
To keep the titanium ore intact, we use specially designed pickaxes that can't cut through it. Even if you struck a person with it, it wouldn't so much as leave a scratch. And in terms of labor intensity, the work has been rated as Class 2 physical labor by a reputable organization. Even cats can do it.
I'm not... never mind. I give up.
Kirara.
Welcome to Paimon's world.
Mind you, I don't know what happened today, but somehow a pickaxe has gone missing. Maybe one of the giant guards broke it down, so someone took it to perform a rapid resuscitation procedure.
Sounds pretty brutal for a first aid technique. Still, a missing pickaxe. Huh.
How do you resuscitate a pickaxe?
Does it seem kinda suspicious?
So 6 clues though? Grocery store owner.
Come here. Whatever it is you were looking to buy, please do come back tomorrow. It's just, I have to close early today. A bottle of growth serum has gone missing. If someone's stolen it with the intention of harming others, the consequences could be disastrous. There's a whole investigation into it, so I gotta close the shop while I do an inventory.
There isn't
count.
much of a shop here to begin with.
It turns out I'm
my
wrong
guy.
and I miscounted. I could be charged with filing a false report and disturbing the peace.
So there's a broken pickaxe, a stolen bottle of...
There's a strange potion bottle here. Looks so weird. Let's take it.
Secret elixir. My good fellow, the stolen bottle was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 steps away from your store. How lazy can you be? Come on now. The guards.
Hello there. Have you seen my spear by any chance?
Okay, so stolen spear as well.
Someone was shouting about a dragon a minute ago, and I instinctively threw it into the sky.
Oh no, you just lost it. Also, that's very dumb.
There's a spear here.
Oh.
It looks so mysterious. Let's take it.
The toy spear. You want to have it back? Okay, I guess we're keeping it.
A pickaxe? What is it doing all the way down here? There's gotta be a story behind it. Let's take it.
Each of the items related to all of the testimonies we got. All of the clues. A broken
Let's
pickaxe,
say one of
a
these
lost
was the weapon
spear,
used in the assault.
and a stolen
Which
growth
one do you
serum.
think it is?
I mean, the guy's spear didn't land anywhere close to Cape. The pickaxe, they said, won't harm anyone to begin with. The serum? How can I? Let's try serum.
If it was the growth serum, Cape would have been turned into a giant.
I mean,
Also, the bottle probably would have shattered when it hit him. We would have seen the debris on the ground.
Let's
Fair
say one
enough.
of these was the weapon used in the...
pickaxe?
If it was the pickaxe, Cape sure is lucky it's not still lodged in his head.
Actually, you're wrong there, Paimon. The foreman at the mine was just saying, this kind of pickaxe is designed not to damage titanium, so it couldn't cause any superficial damage to residents here. But you could probably knock someone out if you hit them hard enough, and it wouldn't leave a scratch.
Okay, so the safety measure isn't really a safety measure. It just made it a very convenient murder weapon. It's like if you it's like a stainless steel dagger. You stab someone, but you know, it's got like some sort of coating so the blood doesn't even stick onto it once you pull it out.
Let's take this back to the crime scene and replay it one more time.
Ah, you're back. How was the toilet at Cape's house?
Toilet? What about it? Oh, yeah, forget that.
Show the
What's
pickaxe.
this about? What are you trying to say?
We thought the way Cape fell looked odd, so we searched the area for suspicious items and found this. It could have been deliberately placed out of range of the crime scene so it wouldn't show up when we replayed it. Now we've retrieved it, we were gonna replay it again. You don't mind, do you?
Motherfucker, I was wondering why you typed water. Damn, Luffy. Jesus, thank you. Thank you. 5 gifted subs. Dude, oh, you shouldn't have. I appreciate it though, but God. Oh, thank you, Luffy. Thank you.
Oh, I just remembered I forgot to turn off the clockwork switch in my kitchen. I think I'll just,
Oh, no, you stay right there.
We should be good now.
It is him. Yeah, you're right, Coco. Luffy comes from deep in my heart. So what? He's got. Oh fuck! Damn, my bad. So Mr. Sherlock walks over here, and I don't know. He's got a bone to pick with Cape. I know Cape can be slightly obnoxious, but come on now, doesn't deserve a pickaxe to the head. Hang on, how did he... How did he throw it? How could he have... Damn, he plans for it to ricochet from this box to this box to... Okay, no. That's kind of impressive. No?
It was you.
Is it just me who thinks so?
I would congratulate you for cracking the case, but since I did such an abysmal job of covering my tracks, didn't exactly have your work cut out for you. So, all I can say is... Catch me if you can!
Bro. You ain't going...
We have a runner! That's it! Let me at him!
The would-be Marquis of Carabas dispatched the Necromancer in boots, who ran off in pursuit
I forgot how you...
poor little minion.
Oh, Aizen. Hi. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Hey.
The minion's poor little lower back was protesting painfully against the intense physical activity. He decided to take the elevator, giving him a moment to catch his breath. Really? His lower back asked. But the minion had no other choice. He resolved to make the jump down. By this point, the Necromancer in boots...
You can't just Goku teleport all over the place.
Huffing even more loudly. But we'll ignore that.
I'm not! Don't underestimate the gold-level courier of the Komania Express!
A characteristically catty response from the Necromancer. Tell me, what do you hope to gain from bullying me?
I get to let off some steam!
Ha-ha! You fell into my trap! Oh, and by the way, remember the glue you got stuck on when you first entered the future Marquis' abode-to-be? That was also me. I did it using my powers.
Rats! Oh, I'm so jealous of you guys right now. You can just jump out of your shoes and keep running, but Wait.
The unnamed minion made a last-ditch escape attempt. He began his long climb, up the wall, the tall wall. He began his long climb up the tall wall.
Can you call that a tall wall?
Pete. I surrender.
Good. Thank God. There was no effort to chase you down.
All right. I confess.
That was fast.
Getting caught by you here was a backup plan. I don't know if what I've done will make things better or not.
Why does he have a different voice?
Time to come clean. I am the narrator, the one who's been guiding you all this time.
Is it just me, or this is not the same voice actor? Gasp! Shock! My mind is blown!
You're overdoing it a little bit there.
Yeah, it's called sarcasm.
Anyway, I only did what I did because...
Why are you suddenly spilling the beans?
I poured my heart and soul into all this. I was worried you wouldn't ask. The truth is, I was one of the first conscious beings ever made by the goddess of creation. And I've known for a long time that this whole world is just a fairy tale. Written by... I know they say that fairy tales are just made up for kids to read. But I refuse to believe that fairy tales are just fictional stories and nothing more. The reason why Constellation Metropole has 3 origin stories is that the Goddess of Fate wrote 3 drafts and couldn't decide which one she liked best. Then her cat trod all over them, and they all got crumpled together, so the 3 worlds just sort of folded into one. The Goddess of Fate was torn between them anyway, since she couldn't decide which ending was best for the dragon or the kids. So when she saw what the cat had done, she simply decided to go with all 3.
Well, yeah, thanks to that, we have this entire predicament of a quest.
Who would have thought? Well, what does any of this have to do with what you did?
You're not a fictional character, so you couldn't hope to understand my sorrow. Honestly, I don't think there's anyone in all of Simulanka who would understand. every day that I experience, every interaction I have with another person. Is it really all just a work of fiction? The only reason the three great clans wanted to find out the truth was for the pointless task of electing the supreme clan. I thought that once they'd learned the truth, it might make them curious enough to investigate further.
I mean, it's like you said, right? Oh, shit. The fiction of this world is the truth, and the truth of this world is fiction to us. So, to you,
but as it turned out, they just
means more.
Accepted it and carried on living the same old lives. I have to motivate them to keep looking for answers now that they think they've learned the truth. I have to make them uncomfortable with the superficial explanation that they took at face value.
What uses there to have an existential crisis?
And I have to figure out
all the time,
once and for all, while you real people from the outside world are still here. Are we real?
Aww.
That's my full confession. Time for you to take me back. I'm guessing I'll probably be forced to make a public apology, then sentenced to half a day in solitary confinement. I definitely deserve half a day. Oh, also, pass this message on to Cape, Bobarano, and Albizzi, if you could. The Great Clockwork Key was originally put in place jointly by the ancestors of the three clans. If the three of them had any ability to cooperate whatsoever, they'd have been able to remove it by themselves. Over all these years, not once have they ever tried removing it together.
Oh. Hey, try hard.
Oh,
I love it too.
Poor child. There's one thing you've been mistaken about this whole time.
What?
Ah! Whose voice is that? Detective?
No, that's Barbara. That's B.
The reason fairy tales are suitable for children is that they help them to understand the world. Fairy tales may be works of fiction, but at their heart lies an internal logic that is undoubtedly real-world truth in a condensed form. Perhaps they simplify good and evil, and perhaps they hide the darkness in metaphors. But let there be no doubt. The world within fairy tales is as real as can be. And by extension, you and your compatriots are also real.
Goddess! Is it really you?
The line that separates footnotes from narrative can never be crossed. Never the two shall meet. This is why you have never heard my voice before. But now you wish to break free from the story. And there's a cat nearby, so you can hear my echo.
Necromora!
Just...
I was gonna say.
Your echo?
Oh, poor detective.
So, we are a part of the real world too.
You lead the surrendered detective back to Cape. So we need a shot of the crime scene for evidence, a mugshot of the suspect for the records, and a photo of the heroes for posterity. The guard mulled it over. 3 photos is overkill. Let's just get one big group photo at the crime scene. Suspect, try and look more serious. Heroes, more natural please. Happy smiles, but no smiling from the victim or their friends and family. Thank you. No, don't get up. Stay on the ground. We need to capture the crime scene as is. 3, 2, 1, say cheese. Is that the best way to remember this? Okay, well, I'm back with KFC. Oh, nice. Weirdest photo experience of my life. Yeah. I'd have to say the same for me too. How do you force a mugshot? Okay, yeah, sure, why not?
My head's spinning. Albizzi just gave me a quick rundown of the situation. So you caught the detective?
Sorta. We chased him until he surrendered. Oh, and he asked us to pass on a message.
You tell the three about the rest of what happened. And that they could have removed the Great Clockwork Key if they just worked together.
Does he really think we didn't try that? 'Cause we did, after 6 months in that place.
Ah, that was my bad. I thought it was a stupid idea at the time, so I didn't really exert myself.
Bruh.
I also sort of stopped trying after 3 years.
Never mind. I'm partly to blame as well. On the second attempt, I just hugged the key and pretended like I was pulling as hard as I could.
You guys are so lazy. My granny's neighbor's pet cat has nothing on you, and it spends all day, every day sunbathing.
Anyway, you said you heard the voice of the Goddess of Fate at the end? That's amazing.
There is a world beyond our own after all.
What would you guys say to taking a trip to the outside world sometime? Otherwise, I got bashed in the back of the head for nothing.
Depends. Neither of you know how to get there? But yes, I agree we should go. And not invite the detective, just to annoy him. But maybe the reason we've never worried about whether we're real or not is that, unlike him, we weren't there to witness the creation of this world. We've never had any reason to doubt that we're real. If someone ever convinced me that these delightful dimwits, Cape and Albizzi, weren't real, oh, I'd be devastated.
Narration footnotes. Oh. What the? Two days later. There's more? But wait, there's more. Okay, back to where we started, where we began. Guys, after this, we are just gonna chest hunt until we can get the upgraded version of this gadget, which then it'd make our lives so much more easier.
The wind rises.
Now they're not voiced, that's a shame. Here you go.